Hey, what's up, guys? Mark here from the Nerd Herders, showing off some of that Destiny Alpha gameplay. I'm making this video for a couple reasons. Reason number one is I'm checking out the Share Factory function on the PlayStation 4. It's pretty cool. It gives you like a little intro thingy. I'm hoping that's something you can maybe turn off. I'm not sure if you can or not. I was just kind of clicking the buttons and trying to get through it. But it is really cool. Like, you can kind of put your clip together. This, for instance, is one long clip, so I didn't really need to do that. And then you can, I don't know. I actually don't know how cool it is, because the thing is it's to piece together clips, gives you a little bit of an intro and an outro, and but other than that, and then, it helps you edit clips together. But if you're like me and you have the ability to edit and you've edited before and have a lot of experience with it, I don't really picture myself like using the Share Factory too much. I thought you had to use the Share Factory and to be able to put the file on your thumb drive, and it turns out you don't need to do that. You can put any file on your thumb drive. So I picture me just recording clips and just putting them straight on my thumb drive and then editing them in Adobe, because it took forever to render the thing on the actual console itself. But it's pretty cool if you don't really know how to upload videos, and it may be cool as like a little time saver if you're trying to put stuff on YouTube really quick and you're not always having to transfer stuff to your computer. You can just throw it real quick together. When YouTube comes out, it's not out yet until, I think they said it was Christmas or the holiday time. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. The other reason is to show off Destiny. Like there's not a ton of clips out there, and so I was like, I really want to get into recording my PS4 gameplay and doing voiceovers and doing stuff with it. And so this isn't really a start. I wouldn't say this is a start. This is a like I said, it was just a test out the Share Factory, but probably not something I'm going to be using much. So what I'm playing here, it's the Crucible. It's basically Destiny's, it's weird to call it PvP, because this game is very much, it's very like MMO-like. And so it's weird to call this PvP when it's more or less, just like team deathmatch. Well, this one's you're holding points. But the reason I feel like it's more towards PvP is on games like Call of Duty and Halo. You're more or less just like entering the zone, and then you don't really have a huge advantage over one or another, unless you're just better at building a thing. Where on this, like, this is my character. This is, she's wearing my armor that I bought or collected, and using the guns that I bought or collected. So you're not just like, here's a set of stuff to use and you can go PvP with it. Like this is the character that you play as in the instances or the story mode or anything like that, and you get to go into this little like battleground thing and then play a very team deathmatch style game. So talking about the alpha, well, let's talk about the game. The game itself, I really like this game. I didn't think I'd like it so much. It's funny because I got into the Battlefield Hardline beta, and then I'm pretty sure everybody that signed up for PS4 for the alpha for Destiny, I think they said that everybody got in. But I hadn't had time to play the Battlefield beta by the time I got the alpha for Destiny, and I actually jumped in the Battlefield beta first because this is Battlefield Hardline, obviously. Because I was like, Destiny, it seems like it's gonna be like a can of worms that I don't really feel like opening, and I know with Battlefield, it had looked really interesting, and I was like, I can just jump in and play. And I only did, I think, 3 rounds, and then I started playing Destiny, and I've already sunk, man, I don't even know, 8 hours, which seems not like that much, but it's for an alpha. So let me explain to you what the alpha gives you. So you start the game, and you just go through this like intro thing where you like it kind of shows you the terrain And so it shows you how to use your. It doesn't show you how to use your little speeder bike thingy, but you get this little speeder bike that you can. Guy got sniped right there. You get this little speeder bike, and you go to this building, and you fight some guys, and then you go in, and then they're like, oh my God, here's a ton of guys, and so then you kill all the ton of guys, and then you go up a little bit higher, and they're like, oh my God, even more ton of guys, and then a little boss. So you kill the boss, and it's like mission over, and then you're put on this main screen with your and it just shows your ship, and it just says like, you know, you can go to different places. So the only places you can go are the tower, Earth, or the Crucible. And the Crucible is this is a PvP. There's only one game mode available, this capture A, B, and C. Whoever gets more points than the time limit wins. The tower is like your city hub place where you can kind of, you know, see all the vendors, see your trainer and stuff like that. And then Earth is where you do all your missions. So when you go to Earth, there's only two things you can do. You can either do the starting mission again, or you can do
Zone C secure.
I forget what it's called, but it's this thing where it's like me and my friend were playing. It was like, get the beacons and stuff like that. And we're like, okay, we'll get these beacons. So we're getting these beacons, and they're giving us little kill missions or little scanning missions, explore missions, and stuff like that. And we're like, holy crap, there's a lot of these beacons. Like, when's this going to be over? And then we realized, oh, this is it. This is, you know, it's just getting these beacons over and over. And it's to help you level up. You start at level 4, I believe, and the max level is level 8. And so you just do these beacons until you get to level 8. Now, it shows the world map when you're on Earth, and you can already tell this is very like MMO style, where you know, you'll get to a certain level, and then you'll move on to the next area, and you get to the certain level, and then you move on to the next area. And it was really cool. I really liked it. You know, doing these missions. Sometimes I didn't really know what to do, but there's if you just touch the touchpad, it'll tell you where to go. And they're pretty easy to do. And so I think I got to level 8 in a few hours just doing those missions. Maybe not even a few hours. You don't even have to do the missions. If you don't want to, you could just grind, and just kill mobs. But it makes sense to do the missions because a lot of the missions are just to kill the mobs. So might as well get that XP bonus. And then I got on with my friend earlier, and he was like, hey, do you want to do the, like, it's called the Devil's Lair or something like that. And me and that guy killed each other. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he's like, oh, it's when you go to Earth, you can see it. And I was like, okay, I see it, but there's no marker there saying I can go there. And he was like, okay, we'll just join my team, and I'll group us up for it. And I was like, okay. So he groups us up for it, and then I really, like, it teamed us with some other players, and I'm like, why are we with other people? That's weird. You can kind of see people walking around on Earth, but you didn't have to interact with them if you didn't want to. You could, like, target them and stuff, though, and inspect them, and so it was real cool. It was real MMO style. So we're going through this lair, and so we're just walking along, and then there's, like, waves of mobs, and then we'll walk a little bit further, and then there's a bunch of mobs. And then there was like a boss, and I was like, it was like at that point it hit me. I was like, this is an instance. Like, we're in an instance right now. And I was like, it got me really excited because, you know, I played Final Fantasy 14 not for too long, only because I'm kind of in the middle of a move and I don't have time for MMO right now. And so I was like, man, you know, I want to play a game with my friends who, you know, a lot of my friends just got a PS4. And I, like, realized, I was like, this is going to be that game, you know. I text my friend, I was like, hey, you getting on Destiny anytime soon? Like, I was like, this is not a game that I'm going to want to play alone. Like, I'm sure there'll be a lot of times where I'm playing alone, but it got me really excited that I was like, you know, this is a really, like, group-based game where you can solo it if you want, or it's, you know, like MMO, like, even doing here, the Crucible, this match I had recorded just because I did fairly well, and I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and save the gameplay clip from it. But I had been playing with my friend before, because even doing these, I'd rather do it with a friend. And so anyway, so we're going through this dungeon, and so then we get to this, like, the devil boss, and this guy is a bitch. Like, he is hard. Like, like you're shooting him, and you can shoot him from really far away, but then he like looks at you, and will start like shooting these crazy splash damage, missile things to you, and so I was just kind of like, man, this guy's like really hard. And he's not he's just like not dying. Like he's got so much health, and then like a dropship will come and drop all these waves of mobs, and it's like you got to kill him, but at the same time you kind of want to draw the mobs away because you're running out of ammo. You can't go up and melee this guy; he'll freaking kill you in 5 seconds. So you're like running out of ammo because this guy is just soaking in so many bullets that you have to kill the ads to be able to get their guns, to be able to replenish your ammo a little bit, because this guy, like, I think your bullet, let me see, my gun's got 189 main bullets in it right now. Yeah, that's nothing to be able to kill that guy with. Like, you need a lot more than that, and so you have to keep replenishing. And so we finally kill that guy. And like, here's to show you, like, there's no, like, everybody's a different class, but there's no roles. But what's cool is, like, if somebody dies, you have a 30-second respawn, and then it makes you run through the dungeon again to get back to where you were, which is very, World of Warcraft style. Or they can come up and revive you. It only takes 4 seconds, 5 seconds to revive you. But if you all die, I think we were in a party of 4, but then somebody kept dropping out, and we kept getting another person. But if you all die, you wipe. And so we were killing this turtle guy, or the devil, and he was like almost dead, and then we wiped. And we were like, he better not freaking get his health back. Had all of his freaking health back. We were like, son of a god, we got to do this again. And so then we wiped again almost immediately. I don't know what happened there. And we're like, all right, we need to like focus. So like, I'm on chat with one of my friends, and I'm like, if you die, let me know so I can either revive you, or if that's too dangerous, I need to go like hide. So that way, his 30 seconds will come up, and he'll revive himself, because I don't want to freaking wipe again. And so we finally killed that turtle guy, and then there's a few more mobs, and then all of a sudden it's this like circle orb sphere looking mob and what's cool is they all have like a weak point, so you can't just like dump bullets into them. You can, but it's like you're shooting the side of this orb thing, and my bullets are only it's like really Borderlands style. Like, it pops up and it'll say like like my bullets are only doing like, let's say 28 damage, but then if you shoot them in a certain spot, the text will turn yellow, and it was saying that I was doing like 50 something damage. But that spot that you had to shoot him in, that's where he shoots from. And then it is like, he was like shooting one of my friends, and I start unloading on him, and he just like turns right towards me and starts shooting these things at me, and I'm like, oh my god. And so I can't remember. I think we wiped on him once, but then after that, we did a little bit better. So we just kind of saved our grenades for the ads, so we can get the bullets. And it killed him. He died. He dropped a ton of loot. We all just ran around and picked it up, and excuse me. And it was fun. And, teleported us back to our ship. So I'm dying all of a sudden. So, but overall, yeah. For an alpha, this game is like really surprisingly polished. I felt like they did a great job. They're like, here's an alpha, but instead of like a buggy ass big part of the game, it's very small, but it's super polished. I haven't really encountered almost no bugs. There's one time I felt like I kind of went through a wall and it kind of lagged out and pushed me back out. There were some mobs that were invisible, but I think they were supposed to be invisible. But when you're playing an alpha, you're not sure because it looked kind of glitchy. But if that's how it's supposed to be, that's it's fine. But overall, this game is definitely going to be a buy when it comes out September 9th. So that's it for my gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for more if I make any more. See ya.